good morning all. This is Patricia and I am traveling for history. On today's show, I'm going to talk about burnout because I'm certainly feeling burnt out. So let me define this first. This is from the National Institutes of Health here in the United States. Quote, burnout is typically thought to be caused by work-related or other kinds of stress. The signs of burnout include exhaustion. People affected feel drained and emotionally exhausted. They report not having enough energy, being overwhelmed, and feeling tired and down. Parts of those are true for me. Certainly exhausted. You know, the first 3.5 years of my channel, I uploaded every single day of the week. And I did that for over 3.5 years. When I decided to change to 3 days a week, because I was already feeling burnt out at that point. But it wasn't critical. It was just, you know, I was hoping when I started my channel that I'd be at the low tier of monetized in 3 years, which I think was a reasonable presumption, at least at the time. But it's 5 years now, more than 5 years, and still not monetized. The greatest number of watch hours, and understand the minimum level is 3,000 watch hours, and to open up the entire menu of monetization, that's 4,000 watch hours. The largest number of watch hours I have ever had was 1,100 hours, 1,100. And now is at 567, and it's holding at 567, but 567 is not nearly enough. And it's only pennies. I have a website I use that gives me an idea of how much I would earn if I were monetized now. And you know what it is? Are you sitting down? About 15 bucks a month. That would not fill my gas tank. And you know, gas is over $4 a gallon. And as someone who is traveling for history, I'm not walking from one place to another. I am driving from one place to another. And although I kept some things to film close to me, I live in Chittenden County, I still need to drive to those places. I filled my gas tank recently. It was below 1/4 of a tank, but not even close to 1/2 a tank. And it still cost me 45 bucks. $45. Not to mention the wear and tear on the car. A lot of places I want to film, and I was filming 2 Saturdays ago. My first time filming in 2026, out and about. So Mondays and Wednesdays, I have shorts videos on my channel, which means I don't have to be present when they go live. They're not listed as premieres because that's not how shorts videos are posted. But the long form video on Fridays, you know, the ones that are filmed horizontally, not vertically, those are premieres, and I need to be there to talk with the people who are watching, which actually I do enjoy interacting with my viewers, but I still am required to be present. So it's challenging because it's not just the filming. Well, back it up. It's the research, which I've always loved to conduct research. I have a degree in history, after all, and what do we do with a degree in history? We conduct research. It's also deciding where I want to go. The roster is so long. I mean, it's almost overwhelming just looking at the roster of places I want to film. I have a stack of papers. I mean, a stack of papers of places I want to go film and all that good stuff. All over the state, not just the state though. I'm looking at New Hampshire and Massachusetts as well, which would be really cool. It's a lot. It's just a lot. And then, of course, I want to put that information onto my website, travelingforhistory.com, which was just on the screen. So, and that's fantastic. But some things that I did which I should not have done from the start, and this is something I would also advise against if you are considering a YouTube channel, so you don't get burned out, is not to do these things that I did. So I was already on Facebook because you know, I have my own private account there, you know, to connect it with friends. And am I connected to family? Oh yeah, my brother-in-law. Connected to my brother-in-law. So there's that. But except for chatting with friends, I'm not really on there. But then I decided to go ahead and have this business page by Traveling for History one. And then since I had that, I decided to go with Instagram. So I'm Traveling for History there too. I decided, sure, let's go with Twitter. It's X now, but let's go with Twitter. I don't know why. I actually, with all due respect to X, I can't stand it. To sound like a curmudgeon that I sometimes can be, I don't really like social media. I don't know about you, but it's a way to kill time. But is that good? Probably not really, I'm guessing. And then I decided, because that wasn't enough, let's go with TikTok too. Now, it's been sold to some entity here in the U.S. They changed the pay structure. They changed all that stuff, paying creators a lot less. I'm not monetized anywhere, to be clear, but I've been given some opportunities to reach for monetization. This is on TikTok prior to whoever's running it now, an American company. But, you know, I wouldn't recommend going with all the social media right away when you're first starting out, because focusing on one thing may be best for some. But if you can juggle a whole bunch of stuff, yay for you. Now, I know somewhere along the line that when I post to Instagram or Facebook, it populates to the other ones. So, you know, post once and 2 are done. So that's a good thing. And something else I posts automatically to X. I don't remember what that is. I set it up and I've forgotten about it. And TikTok I haven't posted to in quite a long time, a very long time. What I could have done looking back is I could have created these things and not posted at all. I could have just had them in place so someone else couldn't take that name if they wanted to, because you know how some people are. They're kind of crappy. But I didn't even do that. I mean, I just went full bore and in full tilt, and there you have it. Other things I'm doing, I'm working 3 days a week. If you know where I'm working, please do not post it. I'm not allowed to talk about it on camera. And if you post it, I'll have to delete it. So please don't add to my workload. And since I work 3 days a week, I love what I do. I can't believe I get paid to have that much fun. But still, it's 3 days a week that I'm not filming. I'm not even really thinking about filming because I really have hit that wall, which I hope does not happen to you. But if it has, I fully and completely understand. Don't know about you, but I've been here before, not with this channel, but elsewhere, different times in my life. Now, if you're panicking, and some of you may be, that there won't be any more videos, no. I'm constantly filming shorts videos, and I was looking at clips. It's something you can do on YouTube with the long-form videos. You can take clips from them, and even when they're filmed horizontally, these clips apparently make it vertical, so they become shorts videos. So that still requires work, finding a section, clipping it out, and turning it into a shorts video, but which takes time. Most of my videos also are in double digits, some single digits. Yet I still film these topics because I find them interesting. Because at the end of the day, I'm filming things that I like, which is all I can do, really, because I don't know necessarily what you like. I've been offering, when I film from home, it's usually recommendations of some sort. Film recommendations, film or documentary recommendations, book recommendations, even magazine recommendations. And I'm happy to say, in terms of magazines, I had 2 people reach out, and each of them subscribed to a different magazine that I had recommended. They were really happy that I had created those videos so they could see. They were thinking about buying them on the newsstand, but they didn't want to spend the money because, I'll tell you, $10 for a magazine, which is now $15, by the way. The National Geographic History magazine is now $15 at the newsstand. I'm glad I'm sitting down because I'm still floored. I was floored at $10. But by watching my videos, they were able to see what these magazines looked like. They had my description of what it was like reading them, and they decided to subscribe. Yay. So that's, I also offer book recommendations, which I read a lot, and I try to recommend things that I really did enjoy. I can't recommend something that I thought was garbage. What's the point in that? But anyway, this is where I am, and it's not pretty. So what does this mean? It still means I'm filming shorts videos, and those will still be twice a week. And sometimes I put up a shorts video on Friday if I've forgotten that I need to put a video up. That's annoying. Suddenly it's Friday, and it's like, what? It's Friday? When did it become Friday? I guess when Thursday ended. But no worries, I have a long-form video for tonight, and I hope you enjoy it because I enjoyed filming it. What you don't see in the background is when I have a friend with me, and I did have a friend with me for that Saturday filming I did, which was a lot of fun. But we were talking quite a bit. Unfortunately, that was not captured because I had paused the video. But you'll see in a different one, we were in a covered bridge, and she started to ask some questions, which I was answering on screen because I hadn't paused it. And then she started to laugh. She said, "Oh my gosh, you're still filming." So that's not tonight's video, but you'll see that in a future video in one of the covered bridges. I filmed 3 that one day, and I think a couple of buildings. But so some ways I'm trying to mitigate it. First of all, I'm really praying that the gas prices come back down under $4. I saw one of the signs coming over that it's $4.14 a gallon at this one gas station in Burlington, but still $4.14. Good God, that's outlandish. My car does not sip, But then again, it's four-wheel drive, and I'm able to go to places that are farther out and crappier roads than I could in my wagon that I used to own. So, and I'm working, so that allows me to fill up the gas tank without having conniption fits. I would like it too if you could put in the comments below what you do when you're feeling burned out, because it's kind of frustrating. It means if I don't film a lot during this time of the year, I'm going to have to film when it's winter time. And I have filmed in the winter. You know what happened with my old phone and that. This phone would just stop a few seconds in, and that was definitely obnoxious. So I had to keep it constantly plugged into the charger to make sure it was actually recording the whole time. But I already know the consequences if I don't film regularly. And you're thinking, this is great. We're talking about burnout when you leave here today. Patricia's going to go and film. And you'd be incorrect about that. I have a roster of things I need to get done today. What you don't know is I don't have a working printer right now at home, so I need to go to the library to print. And my laptop just died just the other day, so I'm hoping to God it's just the cord that died, and I have to get a new cord for it. Of course I do, a new charging cord for it. I'm not able to turn it on at all. So it's a roster of blah, I know, and nobody wants to hear a bunch of complaining. But as it stands right now, I do have material, and I'll keep uploading. But you should know that I am feeling burnt out, and for a variety of reasons I just outlined. At this point, I don't know if I'll ever be monetized. And that's kind of a shame, because the places, I have filmed at least 3 buildings that have since been demolished. So I'm glad I captured them on camera. I'm proud that I captured them on camera and all that good stuff. But I don't know what it will take. My most watched video, aside from shorts videos, which ironically, although some that have done very well on YouTube and very well for me, it was like 20,000 views. The same video on Instagram, though, last I saw was, what was that, 75,000 views? I haven't looked in a while, but that's a lot more, isn't it now? But that's still not going to get me anywhere. You know, on YouTube, it's the 3,000 to 4,000 range for watch hours. That's for long form videos, but for shorts videos, 3 million views in 90 days, as compared. So the 3,000 to 4,000 views are over the course of 1 year, but the shorts videos, 3 million views over the course of 90 days. For the low level of monetization, but 10 million views otherwise. 10 million. It feels unattainable. So, I'm not willing to go back to 7 days a week uploading. That was an insane amount of filming. I was filming multiple videos on any given day. My record so far, 19 videos in one day. 19, including shorts videos, but it was a lot of long form videos. And I could barely talk for the next 3 days. So I couldn't film for those 3 days because I could barely talk. Nobody wants to hear someone talking like this. Gravel Gertie returns. in those 19 videos, that was only 19 days. Now that video at the top of the channel there that you see me walking in a graveyard, that is my most watched video for long form videos. It is, it's called Was He Buried Alive? The grave of Dr. Timothy Clark Smith. And I filmed that in 2021. I can't see the number of views now. I want to say 28,000. 29,000, somewhere in there. And I am proud of that, but I filmed it in 2021, and I added, you know, on YouTube, on a long form video, I can add up to 5 videos that people can watch, leaving the video, the current video they're watching, they can go watch another video. And that's the one I often choose to add because it does have a lot of viewership. That brick building on the far left where it says videos, that is tonight's video. And I hope you like it. What you also don't see is how many takes sometimes it requires to get it right. To get it right the first time, it often takes a lot of retakes. And I was staying in a parking lot to film that one. The Cambridge Meeting House is tonight's video, also known as the Old Brick Church. So so I was staying in a parking lot trying to film it. Across the street, it would have been just too far, and so if you can picture, it's a post office now, but in the town clerk's office. But across the parking lot was a tavern, which also served food. You can imagine the number of people coming in and out from there, driving in and out from there, and having to move out of the way. So if you see a lot of what looks like I paused and then unpaused, yeah, that's why. And what you also didn't hear, because I had paused it, is my friend and I were talking about how windows had been bricked over, and there wasn't necessarily an explanation about that. I really only found stuff that was useful from Wikipedia. Overall, I think Wikipedia is junk to some degree, but they do actually have useful information too. Some of it is boring. I don't actually include a lot of that stuff because if I find it boring, I'm thinking my readers probably, or my viewers do too. So there's that. But sometimes afterwards, I'm able to find nuggets of information elsewhere, and that stuff goes on my website. Again, that's travelingforhistory.com. But it is what it is, as a lot of us say. So I'm working on the burnout piece, working on, well, mainly hoping and crossed fingers and all that the gas prices will come down some more. Wishing I could have afforded a hybrid. But awful, really awful. Anyway, if you have suggestions on ways to work on burnout, that'd be great. Because if I didn't still enjoy some of the background stuff, and I wish some other videos did at least half as well. When I put these TV shows on my channel, we're talking single digits for the most part. Single digits. It's don't really. I don't really understand. But anyway, we spent a good amount of time here today together. That's really nice. And as you know, I'm Patricia, and I'm traveling for history. Or this is Patricia, and I'm traveling for history. Appreciate your coming along with me. And if you could, tell your friends, tell your family, tell them to watch my stuff. There's something for practically everyone to watch. I have videos about people, certainly about places. My gosh, cemeteries, graveyards. I understand there's a difference between the two, but I don't remember what they are. Next time I film a cemetery, maybe I'll talk about that. Offer all these different recommendation videos. If you like them, chances are your friends and family will too. So please feel free to share everywhere. There are links often, when the links to my website as well. If people want to read more of that, you can share that stuff too. Let's, group effort. Let's do this group effort. I'm doing what I can, and I appreciate your watching, absolutely. And until I see you again, I want you to know this is Patricia, traveling for history, and I certainly hope you always have a fabulous rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye now.